everyone? This is Cryptoed, and we are back with another CryptoPunks market analysis and update video. And it has been a wild 3 weeks. Right after I uploaded the first video, the CryptoPunk bull run officially started. And first and foremost, congratulations to all punk holders and the punk believers, man. This has just been wild to watch this all unfold over the last 3 weeks. In my first video, the cheapest punk was 1.38 Ethereum. And right now we're up to a 6 Ethereum floor in under 3 weeks. It's been about 19 days since that video. And for people that are new, it's just so hard to explain how crazy this is. I mean, again, I've only been in punks for 5 or 6 months. And I was lucky to grab some for like an Ethereum or two. But man, there's been people here for years and years who would expect this type of action to take another couple of years to play out. And it all just kind of came together so quickly. So in this video, I'm going to talk about some a little updates that the site made quickly and try to get into some of what's been going on in the marketplace. So first and foremost, right after I uploaded that other video, Larva Labs actually updated their site a little bit, I think for the first time in a while. So I had mentioned ignore the average price as it's pulling in a lot of data from 2017 when there was $1 sales. So they updated a lot of the average numbers to only include the last 12 months. So overall we see on the Larva Labs marketplace 21 sales, average price just under 3 Ethereum with a total value of 2.67 million or about 7.5 thousand Ethereum. Crazy. This all stayed the same. Actually, they updated a little bit, I believe, these metrics, the average bid, average open bid, value of all bids. I believe these couple metrics were updated. And then one really cool thing they did to the attributes page, it looks much different and much cleaner, and they added some new breakouts. So the top now just shows punk types. Instead of just a huge list of everything, they broke it out by type to start with alien ape zombie female and male. And I believe in the old version it was just the trade straight out, and the last two were female and male because they have the highest number. This average sale number now is only looking at the past 12 months, so it's actually a usable metric. And they also added this cheapest, which is awesome, with a little picture and price of what the cheapest currently is for that category or trait. And then I also just figured out this whole more example part. They just list it by the punk number. Nothing. I think it'd be cool if they updated it to show with what's for sale in the future. But right now, this is the biggest thing, is cheapest part. So we see no alien still. You have an ape for 250, a zombie for 64, a female for 625, and the male is a 6'4". Now we also saw a lot of these lower number attributes fly up. Beanie was sitting at 34 for a long time. Now it's up to 95. There have been a lot of beanies exchanging hands. Choker's always been high. I don't recall if there's been many. Same with Pilot Helmet in the past couple weeks. A lot of tiaras have been flying left and right. I think there was one yesterday. Orange side, I think there was even an orange side that changed hands. But I mean, just overall, these cheapest for the sub 100, sub 150 trades have flown. Spots even started to take off a little bit. It was 4 for a while. It was lagging, but Spots and Rosy Cheeks was lagging behind everything. Blonde Wallet Cowboy has actually, it's crazy. I'm saying this is a good deal for 10 Ethereum. Same with the Big Beard. These used to be super premium, and now they're lower than a lot of other things. Vampire Hair was 3. Straight Hair 15. Straight Hair, it was 2. There was 2 Ethereum you could have picked some up for, and then everyone shuffled their prices around. So it's just been crazy to see the pumps. Hoodies up to 20. Wow. 3D glasses still premium. The red hairs, crazy hair, have been going for a lot, even though there's 414 people are really into those. What else? So then this new part, which if you remember in my other video, I pulled up a screenshot of a pivot table showing attribute counts. Now they literally made it's official. It's officially official on Larva Labs. Attribute counts is a thing. 0 through 7 attributes. How many there are, available, sale, cheapest. We see the 7 trader, the holy grail of CryptoPunks, not for sale. If you want a 0 trader, it's going to cost you 240F, at least he's an albino. We've been seeing the 5 and 6 really taking off once this was added. A 5 attribute one, we went for like 8 right when this came out, and now it's already 3 times from there. 6 is still rare. Obviously, it's going for a lot. But again, as I mentioned in the other video, there's really no difference between 2, 3, and 4. It comes down to preference, although the 2 trait has kind of been increasing because people are just going for like a cleaner look of just like 2 traits that kind of look good together as opposed to like a bunch like mashed together that just looks like weird and crazy. So now it's just, those were the major updates, and now I'm going to, I should also look at the pages. This isn't my main wallet, but they also added change the metrics on this page. You can link your OpenSea accounts and your ENS name, and they switched up some of the metrics here, so it's just kind of, you can see who owns what if you want to try to reach out to someone in some way. Now, here's a Punks for Sale page. I mean, there's as someone has said, the floor like doesn't exist anymore. The difference between like the cheapest one and like a desired rare trait is really, the multiples just aren't there anymore like they have been forever, as everyone's just been coming and eating the floor. So this is, I pulled up the recent sales page, and this is from around when I started, when I put out that other video, again 19 days ago, and I had to scroll really far down to even find these. There have been hundreds and hundreds of punks exchanging hands over the past couple weeks. And let's not be naive to the fact that this is all, not all of it, but a big momentum is from Rarible and Rary, which I'll get into a little bit after. So I mentioned in the first video, that morning a contract came out by the arc.gallery guys, where you can turn your punk into a tradable ERC 721. And that was on Friday. And then on Monday, September 13th, with the first Rari airdrop, it was official that punk trades counted for airdrops, and there was a lot of Rari distributed. So people immediately, and that was the highest value drop. For someone bought a punk for 1.25 Ethereum, and they got airdrops 1 Ethereum worth of Rari. So some people kind of took the risk over that weekend, and they made a lot of money, and they invested that all back into punks, and that raised the floor a lot. I believe after the first week, it went from like 1.5 to 3, so everyone was freaking out that a 2x to 3, that was the highest it ever was. And now we're a little over a week later, and it's up to doubled again. We're up to 6, and a lot of this action will happen in a day or two. It'll be stagnant for, it'll be a 3 for like 2-3 days, and someone will buy it up to like 5. So just want to quickly look at some of the sales. It's really hard to kind of track the Rarible and sales in OpenSea. There's not like such a great page like this. You have to scroll and click a lot, but let's just quickly look at what kind of unfolded on Laravel Labs in the past couple of weeks. So you see, the first thing that caught my eye down here was this beanie for 19. You just saw they're about 100 now. Now this is the cheapest one for sale. Look, September 12th, September 29th. Crazy. Let's see quickly. I'm gonna catch my eye. Welding goggles for 8. Tiara. Here's a big tiara. This was like the first big tiara purchase. Everyone loved this one. She looks great. This is good. This is worth a lot right now. That was a great buy, which people might have thought was crazy at the time. And here you can see everything is starting to get picked up for these floor values. I remember these are rare. These are like sub 150. They give albino hoodie VR for 5, albino cowboy for 5, top hat for 10. Apologies if I miss anything. Quickly looking, vampire hair for 2. Tassel hat for 5 is even good. Even the spotty guy, 2.8. Even the fedoras are moving. Nobody likes the fedoras. Even the fedoras went. I dumped my fedora back in the day. Back in the day of like a few months ago. Top hat for 7. VR albino for 3. Hoodie for 5. Cop hat VR for 8. You still got some like medical masks. This is a one tray medical mask for 23. Wow, see, like, so much has happened. You forgot about these kind of sales. This is an awesome one. 23 looks like a deal now. So here's another tiara for 20. There's a lot of what's it called? A lot of controversy around the tiaras, the obstructed versus the unobstructed tiara, which is why this went for a little bit less. A little bit less. It was half the price of the other first one I showed. Let's see. Quickly scrolling. This is pipe vampire for 4. You just see here's another beanie for 34. This is less than a week ago. It's already tripled in a week. And this isn't like 3 to 9, this is 34 to 100. So the top rare scarce trades are just really getting up there. So it's kind of the mid-tier trades that are suffering the most because the floor is just rising, and it's always been like consistent kind of multiples between the cheapest ones, the mid-tier, and then the higher end scarce ones, along with your zombies and apes and aliens. But that's just kind of all out the window right now. Here's a medical mask. Here's a cool one for 12. And a lot of these buys people put up like years ago. A lot of these offers people put up in like 2017, 2018, 2019. Just kind of set and forget. Who knows if they're even going to come back and claim it. Hoodie chain 8. Let's see. I don't want to be here all day, but hoodie for 7. So now we're kind of seeing where things are heading. You see, I went from like 1.2 to like 3 quickly. Then you're going to pick up to 6 for some of the quote-unquote floor ones. But a lot of sales have taken place on Rarible. There have been a lot of zombies exchanged hands. There's an ape that was bought for 140, I believe. So here's Rarible if you haven't seen it before. You have to make sure you go to the Wrapped CryptoPunks page. People are trying to scam with fake Wrapped CryptoPunks, so be very careful. And it's just annoying because you can't sort by price, so this is just listed as the newest. So the ones on the bottom are the oldest listings, and the ones on the top are the newest. So even here, people kind of bought out the sub-6 ones this morning. You see a zombie beanie 185, another zombie for 60. Top hat for 14. Beanie for 62. Tiara, see this obstructed tiara, here it is. They bought it for what, 20 I said? Now it's up for 39. This is a good deal right now, this VR. So this actually what happened was a lot of wallets have been waking up. So this came from a wallet. So even though the floor was like 4, 5, 6, this wallet came, they listed this one and another one for 2 Ethereum. And they were obviously bought so quickly and flipped. So even like this is a nice profit if that was the person who bought it for 2. There's not really an easy way to see historical sales. I tried to open it up on OpenSea, but there's just so much scrolling. I don't want to sit here. So one other big thing that happened is that there were some punks that were sharded on Niftex. Yeah, this is just too much to go through. So you go to Shard Market Cap. This is a cool site. So the first one that was sharded was by the Niftex guys. And wow, it's actually up a lot. So this is the ROI from like the pre-sale price. So they bought this and they sharded it before the hype, and now it's kind of gained more traction actually. So then this was the next sharded, the COVID zombie, and it was up to like 200% that day. That the pre-sale ended in an hour, and it was up like 200%. But now it's been sitting like up below the pre-sale price. And then most recently, this ape punk was sharded, and it's been sitting at kind of break even. But it's just cool now we have this fractional ownership of these expensive NFTs. So it's just really been crazy. Everyone's been staring at the Discord and the bot sales channels, digging deep into these buyers. It seems like a lot of these buyers are coming in. with huge wallets, 6, 7. There's even an 8-figure wallet just coming in and spending like 50, 100 Ethereum, just buying these like dozens at the time, and then maybe coming in the next day they might buy another dozen, and have just been really raising the floor quickly. So it's just kind of been the discussion around what's going to happen next. I mean, people haven't really been dumping as much as I've even expected, particularly among the holders who have dozens or hundreds of punks, or just acquire them for less than an Ethereum. Well, doesn't look exactly the same, but this just caught my eye. What's the deal here? Oh yeah, here's just like a bug cut. Oh god, I'm trying to think what else. It's just no one really knows like what's gonna happen. People have been saying pretty strong. I mean, every day you wake up, you look at your phone, you see there's a bunch more sales. The prices have been holding steady. So I guess in terms of Rarible, so I mentioned the first airdrop, it was a huge kickback. The second week, everyone received 9 Ethereum, 9 Rari for every Ethereum spent. And after that drop, that like afternoon, everyone started buying again and again and picking it up. So then people were kind of expecting a similar thing to happen 2 days ago, this past Monday. And the payout was 6 Rari per Ethereum spent. Or for each Ethereum bought and sold, you received 6 Rari around. There were some sales, but it really wasn't liftoff like people had been expecting compared to the 2 weeks prior. But then again, today's Wednesday, yesterday, and even today, there wasn't these massive dumps that I was expecting. I'm just trying to stay rational here. Things are going up, exponentially in a couple weeks. They obviously go down, but these are NFTs. You say they're less liquid. Who knows? So I've just been trying to. It's the and people haven't been sleeping. Some of the big holders literally just aren't sleeping. They're just really trying to keep up with everything, trying to make the best moves right now. And it's just kind of hard to keep track of everything because you have Larva Labs, you have Rarible, and you see some of these big buyers coming in. They're only buying on Larva Labs, and people are confused why they're not using Rarible to get some kind of rebate. And then you see people, huge wallets, only going on Rarible and ignoring cheaper ones on Larva Labs. And then people are talking about OpenSea, and if you're lucky, you can go on OpenSea, and there might be an old listing that's cheap that some people have been doing. So it kind of became a whole little game now, plus adding in the whole like DeFi sharding aspect to it. Just so much has happened in under 3 weeks, and I just am happy for the people that have, were in here for years. I feel like I was just lucky to get in a couple months ago, and I mean, I just want to hold. I mean, I sold one for not a lot, but not what I could have got if I'd held it a couple more days, just to get some profit out. But now I'm just like, screw it. I'm just gonna hold it for now. Let's just ride this out and see what happens. So it's just really been really crazy time. So now let me just see if there are any deals on the marketplace. That's kind of everything I wanted to cover, I think. There have been a good amount of zombie sales. It's just really hard to kind of, I don't know the best way to like pull that up and look at it. I don't want to scroll on OpenSea for like 10 years. But that one ape was sold for 140, and that's even looking like kind of cheap now. The zombies went for like between like 60, 70, 80 around, I believe. But I'm pretty impressed with how people are holding on. And I don't know if people are going to run to dump these at such a loss. People who just kind of got in the past couple of weeks. All right, let's just quickly look. I mean, someone said it yesterday, and it's kind of true. Like the floor doesn't exist anymore. When you have like something like something like this for 6, and then you can scroll down, and just for not even double, you can get such like trades with a lot more scarcity and are just cooler overall. It's just like what does the term floor even mean anymore? So quickly scanning, we got these albinos. Albinos are always good. So Cat Forward actually went up a lot. This was like one of the most, it's not common, but they've typically been a lot on sale for cheap. And then the floor was sitting at 12 for like a day or two, and then people just started posting these, and I assume these are gonna get bought up. Some of these mohawks, I mean the females are demanding that premium. Here's this VR for 7. VR albino is actually a really good deal, and there's that other VR for 6.75 in a rarity. He's over here. Where was he? This guy. But people are just flipping that because it was so cheap. This guy's kind of cool, actually. This actually probably might be your best deal right now. 4 traits, albino. People are into the bandana, the pirate. Cigarette always adds cool. You know, adding cigarettes to anything is cool. Real life or CryptoPunks. Let's see. These are kind of deals. What's the red deal? The red hair has been flying. Even though there's a lot. People are just really into it. Okay, so it kind of stabilized a bit. But it's cool with like the red lipstick and the red hair. What else? Let's quickly look. Alright, so now we're kind of up to, here's like a gold chain for 8. Alright, but you kind of get the gist of what I was saying. This cowboy, the albino. I mean, it's like for 10, you can get this albino cowboy, and the beard. It matches the goatee matches the hat. I'm not even a huge goatee fan, so it's cool. Or it's like, or you get like a cap forward. It's like you're so much better off getting this guy. So that's kind of like the smart way to play this right now if you really want to do this. But like I said, the mid tiers are suffering. In the past, like something like this would be 10 when this one would be like 1 Ethereum, and it's technically less than double. I think people are kind of waiting for the 10th floor before kind of making that decision to really start selling. This is cool. I think some of the eyeshadow colors are getting pretty pricey. Just because there's so few females overall compared to the males. But I mean, there's still, now that we're this high, when it was like, you know, less than 5 Ethereum, you know, someone can come in and really lift the floor to a higher level. But now it's like, if you want to raise it from 6 to 10, I didn't do the exact math on this, but it's around like like accounting for people quickly upping their prices. We need about 1,000 Ethereum, like infusion, not just like changing hands. Like we need like 1,000 Ethereum of new money to come in and just like eat this up to 10. So there's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're about 84 punks as of this moment away from 10. Let's just say they're about 8 each. It's like 672 Ethereum if someone wants to buy them all right now. So let's just like round it up to 1,000 to be like really conservative here in terms of all the changes that would happen between now and then. So we saw the floor go up about 6x in less than 3 weeks, and we just kind of have to see what happens. I hope everyone stays strong. We'll just keep holding. Let's see where this can go. Again, these are the first NFTs, first collectibles. It has the claim of the first art until someone else comes forward, according to the Larva Labs founders. Let's just go to their Twitter quickly before I sign off. They had some interesting tweets. I actually wanted to start off with that, but I forgot. Oh yeah, and autoglyphs have also been taking off, but that's not like my realm. Anything Larva Labs right now is just like gold. So here they're tweeting, cheapest CryptoPunk is 3 Ethereum. Wow, 5 days ago. There was a time when they couldn't give these away. But I want to find this tweet thread that they put out. Where is it? Here's this ape sale. Here we go. So this was like 4 days after my first video. And they're saying 1,100 Ethereum CryptoPunks have been sold in the last week, a huge spike in volume. And why is it interesting? Again, so they said themselves it was triggered by the wrapped contract by Art Gallery. I guess I'll just show how many are wrapped right now. And they're into this. They're into the whole wrapping. So it's 400. This is the Punk wrap wallet. So when you wrap a Punk, it's kind of put here. You get, let's just call it like an IOU, ERC7021. And you unwrap it, you get back your Punk from this wallet. So you got some zombies wrapped. It's a lot. 452 is a lot. I think it's been steady at like 450. I mean, it just sucks now. There's not like that aggregate data on Larva Labs, but I have a feeling someone will piece it together and put together some kind of tracker between the marketplaces. It's cool, but yeah, it's just been crazy. And I've been meaning to do another video, but then I was like glad I have it because it would have been outdated so much. My first video already looks like a relic of a time, so I hope this helped out new and existing users who are interested or already have CryptoPunks. I recommend joining the Discord, just looking up on Twitter, and reach out to those involved or myself with any questions you might have. And thank you everybody for watching, and have a great day.